So I guess this thing is like basically stuck on whatever channel you want to put it on, and like plus or minus 5 channels. So what I'm going to do now, I'm not picking up the 10 point whatever the hell it is, 695, the first IF frequency. As I remember, there's some kind of discrepancy about this, and there's some reason I'm not picking it up when the radio is on AM, but when it's on lower sideband, it will show up. So, I don't really know what the error is, but we need to get this microphone thing resolved because that's affecting the clarifier. So, we still can't pick up any kind of signal on sideband. If I test this right now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, I'm bleeding through the speaker. I've also got SWR alert. So let's not do that. It doesn't like that antenna right there. But it doesn't do that. So we're gonna go ahead and remove the microphone connector. There's a write-up on the internet on how to do it. I'm gonna take one of the parts radios and use the 4-pin connector. So we're on the Secret CB Volume 15, as we can find it. It's called the Midland 79892 Added Power Mic Mod. Okay. And we're going to need, depending on how you want to do it, if you want to drill a hole in the radio, you can do that. Or you can just take your RF gain and use it instead. I'm on the fence about it. It's not a midland radio, so it's the truetone, which actually I like better the way it looks. I don't know that I really need an RF gain, but I mean, like, it could be useful. I don't know. So, we're gonna have to put a 100K resistor in between. But it says here, common request on this radio, I want to run a power mic, except the clarifier is on the microphone. What can I do? Well, so we don't have the microphone for this radio, so that's why I want to do this. We're going to change 3 things. Change the RF gain to a clarifier. Install a 4-pin ring connector in place of the 6-pin mic jack. Remove the cover and locate the RF gain control. It should look like this. Let's see, what does it look like? It is... We got white and brown, and orange and white, blue. We got pretty much what they're saying. We got blue wire, white and brown, white and orange. Okay, we are going to wire the RF gain so that the receiver is always on maximum sensitivity. This is accomplished by wiring it like this. White and orange and blue together to the ground. Alright, so I just noticed that there's all these screws are missing, which is kind of interesting. Somebody's fiddled with this radio a lot more than I thought. And they boogered these up. I'm gonna have a really hard time getting that out of here without so I think I'm going to pull the face off of this, and it should be pretty easy to do. We'll I think we're just going to go ahead and drill a hole in the damn thing, because it's not really a collector's radio. If it was a base station or something. It's funny because people always hacked up radios all the time, and I always feel guilty about doing it. So, there's only 2 screws in here, and this part's broken. But somebody, you know, they tried to get this radio going, and they donated it because they couldn't figure it out. It probably hadn't been touched for a very long time. It's possible it hasn't been really touched since the 80s. So, you see the screws do not match. So you can move this piece out of here, but I don't want to do that. I want this off of here so I can locate where we're going to drill right here. And we're just going to go right through the front of the radio. And you see how it's like right there? So basically, these screws are going to be hiding behind the bottom of this thing. And they're not going to be easily accessible like right here, which is the way they should be, but they didn't do it like that. All right, let's get this thing off of here. There you go. You can see right where it is. I mean, it was meant to be there. It just wasn't meant to be there for this radio. So that's how they made them, guys. You don't have to do any special mod to do that. But you do have to drill that out. So we'll go ahead and do that. And I tried to clean it up as nice as I could. I had like basically the exact same size drill bit, but I didn't get it quite center, so we went off a little bit, but that's okay. It don't matter. Now, this would be an easy channel conversion one for the Troy radio because it's flat right there, but you would have to cut that out, and then the VFO knob would probably have to go down quite a bit lower. Looking at the rest of the radio here, it would be a real problem probably getting that thing in there. This switch is bent. Wow. So they trashed this damn thing because remember when I got it, it was shoved in back here. I don't even know if it transmits. That's why we're going to do this. So but if I got to dig this far into it, and I mean, it's already kind of be like a kind of funky project, so let's just get this out of here. I don't want to lose my RF gain. I like having an RF gain. I'm not trading an RF gain for a clarifier. And there's a spot to put it in the radio, so let's just put it in there. I mean, this radio was meant for multiple platforms. It's a CyberNet board, you know, so they had it in a lot of different things. Something's wrong with this thing as far as a lot of other stuff, and that's why they were inside of it, and they changed the screws. I think they changed the screws. But anyway, they were in it because obviously the screws are missing, and one of them is stripped out. So, and the fact that 2 knobs are missing from it. So, but no obvious other mods in it, you know. So we're going to figure this out. They show you how to do it on here. It's pretty simple. Just a little bit tight getting that thing out of there. All right, now I picked up the diagram here. It's a 50K in the microphone. So see what we have here. These are all something else. We've got some other ones here. There's no controls on that anymore. There might be one under here. It's an alpha. See, this is what sucks about doing the Troy radio conversion. You gotta hack all that off of there. I can't read it. The 102, isn't that refer to, oh, that's probably going to be 100K, right? I mean, hold on. 10 with 2 zeros, or 10K. All right, well, it measured like from point to point, like something like 5K. That's not going to work anyway. This one is a 50K, but it's going to be kind of hard to get out of there. We'd have to unsolder all this stuff. Oh, that'd be really difficult. TRC 482. You need to get all that out of there, and then you need to pull that board. But just doing that alone, this thing's got to come apart, and it wasn't screwed together. It was twisted together. Yeah, basically a lot of work. Let's see if I have another one. Okay, this old Uniden board, the Fanfare 100 PLL. It's got a 50K right here, so we'll just grab that one. Alright, we got our 50K pot. It's a B. Wait, I think it means it's a linear taper. I don't know. Maybe not. Okay, I got my wires mostly disconnected. We'll have to undo some of these capacitors probably to get this thing out of here. But yeah, so I probably won't put them back in, but you can if you want. You just need to figure out where they go. They don't really show them in the mod diagram, but they do help, and you may run into some problems by not putting them in there. If you pull them all like that, and then you put this back in there with a 4-pin, you'll be able to figure it out eventually, if you don't break them first. Alright, now it's time to sacrifice a dirty Cobra for a microphone connector. We probably could have got everything out of this, actually. But it is what it is. We've already taken the Varactor out of it. So, yep. It'll be pulling some knobs. We're going to go all Cobra knobs probably from now on the other radio, because we'll end up with a few extras. Alright, so removed all the knobs. We're going to have to knock that loose with a drift pin. And I don't know if we really need to pull this thing or not, but there's lots of really good parts on these, so I don't remember if this is trapped behind the plastic. I don't think it is. So as soon as you remove the face completely, which will be these two here, then you'll probably be able to just access it a little easier. Nope, that would be incorrect. But anyway, there's the meter. And the piece that holds the meter. And these do go bad. So they're definitely worth saving. I would prefer to put it back in there after I'm done. Also, sometimes these go bad. You don't want to throw those away. I've replaced channel selectors before. It's quite the pain. But I've done it. And this has some filters on here. There's a choke and some other stuff. We don't want any of that. In fact, we could probably just go ahead and desolder this board here off of here with our desoldering iron and be good. We could leave that part there in case somebody else needs it. So this part is really hard to get out of here. You're gonna have to like break it loose with like, I used some snap-on pliers that are really, really good, and move everything out of the way. You might just take a really nice metal chisel and just smack it, break it loose. And you also want to scrape off this red shit too. That'll help. You won't get a wrench in there. I tried it. I tried to find the smallest socket that I had. And the other thing that's annoying is this thing threads on the wrong side. I could have did it the other way around like all newer ones. So you'll see when I put the new one in, it actually threads on the outside. Well, hopefully we won't run into a problem with the case, but we might. I don't think I have any kind of microphone connectors that thread this way anymore. So we get that out of there. What a pain. Okay. So Doesn't really want to come out. There you go. So the other type is going to look like this. We may just stick this one right in there like that and just use just these wires, because if I do that, I'll already have all the filtering on it and I won't have to mess around. And for some reason they decided to put the name of the particular circuit board here right underneath the microphone connector where you'll never be able to see it. We put the new one in and it can go in like that, and shouldn't be a problem, but we need to double check it first. Before we mount it in there, we need to get all our wires soldered up to make sure that it works and doesn't act weird. I don't want to take it out twice. So in this one they want you to do something complicated, but the clarifier, if you look over here, it goes to pin 4, which is the common ground for the mic element and the TR switch. And pin 2 is the wiper of the 50K. Only 2 wires are connected to this. So 50K from pin 2 to the ground. But they tell you something wacky in here. They're like, they show the clarifier as pin 2. They show yellow as RX, green as transmit, black as ground. Pin 4, being our ground, needs to have a wire going to the clarifier. Or a ground somewhere common to that. They do actually show you reinserting the 0.01 from pin 3. It's definitely more than that on this thing though. There's 4. So they're not showing all 4 of them. 1, 2. They're only showing 2. Sort of strange. So mine has more than that. These 2 are actually connected in parallel. Oh, that's freaking weird. No, never mind. Okay, so I can't read them. That's a 0.01. Can't read it. It's also a 0.01. 0.01, and then this is like picos. Some kind of pico. This is 102, or yeah, I can't read it. They're saying 0.047 and a 0.01. 001. And then if we use this, we're going to end up with a lot of extra shit. And some chokes. So I can either use it or I can remove it. So, I don't know, it might be more convenient to use it. If it doesn't affect the audio of the radio, then it might be easier to use it. It probably will affect it, but maybe not negatively. Alright, we do have the mic, I think, correct. There is no transmit, but I was expecting that because I don't think the VFO works. When you unplug it, it does cut off the receive, so that's normal. So I think we're good. Alright, so now we got to pull the face off of it to get the pot in there. And you're going to need to remove the channel selector. Oh yes. What fun. Alright, we're getting there. Where's the mic go? Okay. We're volume. We should be on channel 19. Yeah, we're still on. Where are we at? We're on. We put this on sideband. We don't have no sound. Interesting. What do we got here? CB. Noise blanker off. Oh. We got it on, okay, that's AM. Upper sideband. Lower sideband. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boy, it'd be nice if I wouldn't bleed into the speakers. Okay. Pretty sure I can hear the clarifier working. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, check this out. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, hello. So, yeah, I was able to adjust the clarifier. What's funny is it works like centered up and down. So, we got a microphone conversion and a clarifier, and we just had to put the rest of it back together. And then figure out every other thing that's wrong with it. Also, I resoldered the channel selector because it was a little felt funky when I had to pull the face off. Then this is the best time you'll ever have to clean the face off. So I cleaned it off and sprayed it with the Dollar Tree shit. So we're getting that done, and then we'll get it back on the radio. Man, this has got to be one of the smallest little speakers I've ever seen. Look at the one over there. That's in a Cobra. And look at the size of this damn thing. Here, let me grab that really quick. You don't want a speaker that small. That ain't good. That's quite a bit bigger. Anyway, this is what they put in here. And then went through all the trouble to do all that nastiness. Heat. Couldn't you just do it like this? That's so much smarter. Gotta cost a lot less money to do, too. You imagine what it costs to punch this thing out like that? Jesus. And, of course, it scrapes on everything on the bottom. It's just a pain in the butt. I cannot see what it says. Number 648073, and I don't know what it says here. It's really not. It almost looks like it says GHOS, and there's a J, I think. I tried cleaning it with the Dollar Tree stuff, but I'm like, I'm not going to keep wiping it. It'll come off. There's something over here, which who knows what the hell it was. But might have been a price tag, you know. It's what it kind of looks like to me. Although, I don't know, they both look like they're price tags. So, but somebody had definitely wrote something on here. But I got a bunch of radios I picked up that were from some guy named Paul Weiss. And he had labels like that on it. Okay, so here's what it looks like all cleaned up. We got with some of the original knobs right here. I need a Cobra knob and a Cobra knob. I don't know what this one's out of, but anyway, if we can get to all the rest of Cobra knobs, it'd probably be fine. It doesn't really matter. We don't have a VFO knob. This is the kind that uses the set screw. I don't know where I'll find one of those, but anyway, I'll clean the thing up. We now got the other type of mic, and it's actually a nice looking radio with the black. You can see the Truetone underneath where that was, but I mean, like, whatever. If you really wanted to make it look cool, you could probably get rid of the letters underneath it and maybe print a small label. I don't know, but if you're just looking at it, it really doesn't look like it's been molested, but we did drill a hole in the damn thing. So alright guys, that's it for me on this video.